Catherine Shenley, Club Wolverine, please report to parade staging. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IU Natatorium and our first evening of competition of the 2023 Indy Spring Cup. Glad to have you here at the Natatorium. At this time, I'd like to ask if you could all please rise for the playing of our national anthem. All right, we're going to start it off our meet with distance events. Bringing out now the top seeded heat in the women's 800 freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 for Carmel Swim Club, Alyssa Street. Lane 2 from Ohio State University, Sana Peterson. 3 for Club Wolverine, Catherine Shenley. Lane 4 for Carmel Swim Club, Lindsay Bowen. Lane 5 for the University of Louisville, Paige Kawada. Lane 6 for Edina Swim Club, Catherine McCarty. Lane 7 for Carmel Swim Club, Alexander Ward. And lane 8 for Kentucky Aquatics, Carolyn Benda. The top seeded heat, women's 800 freestyle. Meet record of the women's 800 freestyle, 8:44.44 by Maya Geringer of Ohio State University. Last year it was our first year for the Indy Spring Cup. That meant all the events that were swum, the winners set meet records. In most cases, some of the meet records came in the morning, most of them in the evening. Swims and the Olympic trial cut in the women's 800 freestyle, 8:45.79. Of course, everybody excited about Olympic trials to be held just a little over 1 year from now, a few blocks from here, Lucas Oil Stadium. Some of our coaches got a private tour over at Lucas Oil earlier this afternoon. Lindsay Bowen of Carmel taking it out on the first 100, 101.47. And a Paige Kawada. The University of Louisville, she turns in a 102.51. And Catherine McCarty turned third at the 100 from Edina to 102.95. Want to welcome swim fans listening in on the webcast. We will be webcasting all of our sessions, preliminary and final sessions, here at the Indy Spring Cup. Lindsey Bowen turning at the 200, 206.58. Already has her Olympic trial cut in this event, 8:39.85. And Paige Kawada also already with the Olympic trial cut in the women's 800 free. Kawada turning at the 200, 209.07. McCarty still in third in lane 6, 209.21. Lindsey Bowen still your leader as she sets up for her turn at the end of 300 meters. Lindsey 3:12.28 at the turn. McCarty now in second position, lane 6, turning into 3:15.47. Paige Kawada in lane 5, third at a 3:16.05. Halfway through this race now for Lindsey Bowen. She turns at the 400, 4:17.78, split into 32.77 on that last 50. McCarty lane 6 turns at a 4:22.10. Kawada still in third, lane 5, 4:23.49. Fourth in lane 8, Carolyn Benda of Kentucky Aquatics. Lindsey Bowen turning at 500 meters, 5:23.30. McCarthy lane 6, 5:28.73. Kawada in lane 5, 5:31.48. Carolyn Bendis still fourth in lane 8, 5:31.81. Fifth in lane 7 for Carmel. Alexandra Ward, she turns at a 5:35.44. 200 meters left for Lindsey Bowen as she turns 6:28.34, split a 32.55 on that last 50. McCarthy turns 6:35.36. Benda gets around 6:39.08. Lindsey Bowen brings it up a few notches. You can see her stroke count up and got the kick going. Coming down here underneath the flags. There's the bell. 2 lengths left for Lindsey Bowen. Carmel Swim Club as she turns in a 7:33.92. McCarthy lane 6, 7:41.97. Benda turning in lane 8, 7:46.10. Bowen around on her final turn at the far end, 8:06.61. Split a 32.69 in that last 50. As now she brings it down to the conclusion here. And half a length to go for Lindsey Bowen in this top seeded heat of the women's 800 freestyle to get us started here. Day 1 of the 2023 Indy Spring Cup. Lindsey Bowen, 8:38.53. Better than her seed time coming in. Better than the Olympic trial cut. McCarthy, she finishes at an 8:46.46. Benda on the wall, lane 8, 8:52.29. Heat 2 of the women's 800 free. Underway now with Heat 2 of the women's 800 free. And in lane 1 for Aquajet Swim Team, Avery Ludke. 2 for Irish Aquatics, Mary Pruitt. 3 for Ohio State University, Mia Rankin. Lane 4 for Ohio State University, Gwyneth Woodbury. Lane 5 for Irish Aquatics, Maggie Graves. 6 for Ohio State, Alyssa Graves. 7 for Ohio State, Mia Lachey. And in lane 8 for Barrington Swim Club, Abigail Hill. Maggie Graves out first, Irish Aquatic, lane 5, turns to 1:04.52. Woodbury second in lane 4, Ohio State University, 1:04.59. Turning third in lane 2, Mary Pruitt, Irish Aquatics, 1:04.71. We need our top seeded heat. Heat 1 of the men's 1500 free at parade staging, please. Heat 1 of the men's 1500 freestyle. Please report to parade staging along the wooden benches at the dive end of the pool here on the west side. At the 200 turn, Gwyneth Woodbury, Ohio State University, lane 4, 2:11.65, ahead of Alyssa Graves, OSU in lane 6, 2:11.75. Maggie Graves of Irish Aquatics, third in lane 5, turning at a 2:12.23. Woodbury leading at the 300, 3:18.28. Graves turning lane 6, second at a 3:18.85. That's Alyssa Graves and Maggie Graves in lane 5, 3:19.95. Here we are at the halfway mark for Gwyneth Woodbury, Ohio State University, lane 4, 4:24.59. Alyssa Graves, lane 6, 4:25.75. And Maggie Graves in lane 5, turning third, 4:27.73. Fourth, Mary Pruitt, Irish Aquatic, lane 2, 4:29.30. Gwyneth 4:30.71. Graves turning at 5:32.35. That's Alyssa Graves and Maggie Graves in lane 5, third at a 5:35.30. Woodbury turns 6:37.06. Alyssa Graves in lane 6, 6:39.02. Maggie Graves, lane 5, third at a 6:43.17. 2 lengths left now for Gwyneth Woodbury. She turns in a 7:43.17. Alyssa Graves in lane 6 turning at a 7:45.75. Maggie Graves in lane 5, 7:51.17. Pruitt with 2 lengths left now in lane 2, 4th position, 7:54.47. We need Connor Hunt and Jack Lucan. Please report to parade staging. Connor Hunt, the Club Wolverine, and Jack Lucan, a Club Wolverine. We need you at parade staging for your race coming up. Gwyneth Woodbury, 8:47.80. Alyssa Graves, OSU, lane 6, second to touch, 8:50.92. And Maggie Graves from Irish Aquatic, lane 5, at an 8:58.44. As we now bring out the top seeded heat in the men's 1500 freestyle. In lane 1 for Club Wolverine, Connor Hunt. Lane 2 for Kentucky Aquatics, Levi Sandage. 3 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Luke Whitlock. Lane 4 for Ohio State University, Charles Clark. Lane 5, representing Ohio State University, Michael Brenniger. Lane 6 for Indiana Swim Club, Mason Carlton. Lane 7 for Kentucky Aquatics, Nicholas Caruso. And in lane 8 for Club Wolverine, Jack Lucan, top seeded heat in men's 1500 freestyle. Meet record in the men's 1500 freestyle, 15:37.71 by Connor Hunt, who was swimming unattached Michigan at the time. And the Olympic trial cut in the men's 1500 freestyle, 15:39.89. Your top 7 swimmers in this heat already with their Olympic trial cut in this event. Michael Brenniger out front, turns at the 100 in a 58.10 ahead of Luke Whitlock of the Tigers, lane 3 in a 58.81. Third, Levi Sandage of Kentucky Aquatics, 58.90. Brenniger turning at the 200 at a 158.96. Whitlock in lane 3, 200.52. Levi Sandage, lane 2, third position, 200.53. .300-meter mark for Brenniger, 300.23. Charles Clark, lane 4, 302.55. Sandage in lane 2, 302.57. And fourth in lane 3 is Luke Whitlock at a 302.66. Brenniger turns 401.56. Charles Clark, 404.01. And Sandage in lane 2, 404.51. .500-meter mark here. Brenniger turns in a 503.12. Charles Clark, lane 4, 505.33. Sandage in lane 2, 506.76. Brenniger now turns 604.05. Charles Clark, 605.86. As Clark's split on the last 50 at 30.17 to Brenniger's 30.59. Charles Clark closing the gap here on Brenniger. Charles Clark in lane 4, edging closer. Take over the lead from Michael Brenniger, but Brenniger still out front. 7:05.30. Clark 7:05.73. Third in lane 3, Luke Whitlock from fast, 7:11.79. Charles Clark to the front now. As he turns at the far end, 7:35.64 to Brenniger 7:36.59. Clark turns at the 800, 8:05.47. Brenniger 8:06.48. Whitlock in lane 3, 8:14.50. Charles Clark turning at the 900, 9:05.04. Ahead of Brenniger in lane 5, 9:07.81. Whitlock gets around in a time of 9:17.21. Next to Whitlock in lane 2, Levi Sandage of Kentucky Aquatics, 9:17.31. As Sandage and Whitlock go at it side by side. Thousand-meter turn for Charles Clark. 10:04.68. Brenniger turns at a 10:09.76. Whitlock still in third, lane 3, as he turns in a 10:20.05 ahead of Sandage in lane 2. Sandage turning at the 1,000 at a 10:20.21. (1100-meter turn for Charles Clark. 11:04.68. Brenniger gets around at 11:12.28. Levi Sandage now into third position, lane 2. He turns at 11:22.85 as he tries to pull away from Luke Whitlock of fast in lane 3. Whitlock at the turn, 11:23.04. Charles Clark with a smooth stroke cadence here. Gets around at the 1200, 12:04.84. Split a 30.24 on that last 50. Branniger at the 1200 mark, 12:14.87. Sandage in lane 2, 12:25.75. Ahead of Whitlock in lane 3, fourth position at 12:26.11. Charles Clark at the 1300, 13:05.38. Branniger turns at a 13:17.40. Two lengths left for Charles Clark, Ohio State University. He turns at a 14:05.79. Charles Clark with the third quickest time so far this year, according to USA Swimming Tracking. And Charles Clark on the wall, 15:04.80, a new meet record in the men's 1500 freestyle. And that's a big drop from his ranking here by USA Swimming. Had him previously at a 15:19.17, where he swam. He got that at the Tier Pro Swim meet in Westmont. Michael Branniger touching second in lane 5, 15:22.23. And third on the wall, Levi Sandage of Kentucky Aquatics in a 15:30.04. This is Heat 2 now in the men's 1500 freestyle. Heat 2 of the men's 1500 free underway. Lane 1 for Club Olympia, Brady Byer. 2 for Carmel Swim Club, Anderson Kopp. 3 for Ohio State University, Samuel Kemble. Lane 4 for University of Louisville, Ilya Sabritsev. 5 for Club Wolverine, Ryan Hume. 6 for Indiana Swim Club, Jackson Carlisle. 7 for Carmel Swim Club, Lewis Sang. Lane 8 for Utica Shelby Swim Club, Harrison Arnold. .200-meter mark already in this race with Samuel Campbell out front, Ohio State University, as he turns into 2:04.02. And the Jackson Carlisle of Indiana Swim Club, 2:04.64. And third is Sabritsev of University of Louisville, lane 4. Campbell turning at the 300, 3:08.16. Tied at the turn with Jackson Carlisle in lane 6. And then third is Sabritsev, lane 4 at 3:09.93. Jackson Carlisle, Indiana Swim Club, lane 6 into the lead at the 400, 4:11.72. Ahead of Campbell in lane 3 at a 4:13.39. Sabritsev third in lane 4, 4:14.65. Third of the way through this one, Jackson Carlisle turns at the 500, 5:15.06. Campbell, lane 3, 5:19.02. Sabritsev, third in lane 4, 5:19.44. Jackson Carlisle turns at the 600, 618.17. Very close there. Serbetsev now in second, lane 4, 623.92. Right there with them. Samuel Campbell, lane 3, 624.12. And Ryan Hume, a Club Wolverine, fourth in lane 5, 624.28. Swimmers at each session of this meet, because it is the month of May, we've hidden little toy race cars around at different places around the natatorium. If you happen to find a race car with a blue piece of tape that says winner on the bottom of it, bring it up to me and you'll get a prize. Again, we're going to have new race cars put out every session, prelims, finals, throughout the meet, and nobody has found the winning car yet this evening. If you find a car, you get to keep them, but bring the one that's marked on the bottom with blue tape, says winner on it. Bring it to me, and we'll hook you up with a nice prize. Jackson Carlisle, Indiana Swim Club, gets around to lane 6, 824.43 as he leads the field here. Serbetsev from Louisville, second in lane 4, 832.39. Samuel Campbell, third in lane 3, 833.47. Carlisle turning 927.73. Thousand-meter turn coming up for Jackson Carlisle. Carlisle turns at the 1,000, 10:30.93. Serbetsev, University of Louisville, turning second at the 1,000, 10:40.71. With Campbell in lane 3, 10:42.74. Carlisle turns now at an 11:34.62. Carlisle turning in a 12:38.18. Subversive lane 4, 12:49.99. Campbell now in lane 3, 12:52.74. And now at 1,300 meters, Jackson Carlisle turning at a 13:41.81. Subversive now, 13:54.17. Campbell gets it around, 13:58.15. Two lengths left for Jackson Carlisle now as he turns in a 14:45.47. Elliot Subversive, 14:58.22 now with 2 lengths left. 2 now for Campbell in lane 3, 15:03.00. Jackson Carlisle of Indiana Swim Club, 15:47.31. Subversive of Louisville, second to touch out of lane 4, 16:01.19. Samuel Campbell of Ohio State University, lane 3, 16:06.02. Heat 3 now, women's 800 freestyle. Heat 3 of the women's 800 freestyle now underway. Lane 1 for North Kent Aquatic Team, Jamie Forbes. Lane 2 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Tiga Madera. Lane 3 for Aquajet Swim Team, Francis Muir. Lane 4 for Fast Tigers, Claire Parsons. Lane 5 for Carmel, Sabrina Ledwith. 6 for Carmel, Addison Zernecki. 7 for Indiana Swim Club, Harper Eakin. And lane 8 for Jaguar Aquatics, Lila Hudson. Claire Parsons from Fast, leading at the 100, 104.77 out of lane 4. Second, Sabrina Ledwith of Carmel, lane 5, 106.23. .200 mark, and Claire Parsons turns in a 2:12.92 ahead of Sabrina Ledwith in lane 5, 2:16.74. Francis Muir of Aquajets in lane 3, third at a 2:17.06. Claire Parsons at the 300, 3:21.69. Francis Muir, Aquajets second in lane 3, 3:27.36. And Sabrina Ledwith of Carmel in lane 5, third, and she turns at a 3:27.50. Halfway here in Heat 3 of the women's 800 freestyle. Claire Parsons turns in a 4:31.00. Francis Muir, Aquajets in lane 3, second, 4:38.20. And Addison Zernecki of Carmel, lane 6, now moves up into third position. She turns at a 4:38.84. Claire Parsons, 5:39.63. Frances Muir, 5:49.05. Zernecki third in lane 6, 5:49.88. Just a couple strokes back from Zernecki. Sabrina Ledwith, lane 5. Fourth, she turns at a 5:50.39. Claire Parsons at the 600 turn, 6:49.93. Muir turns in a 6:59.71. And Zernecki in lane 6, third at a 7:00.87. Claire Parsons up fast with 2 legs to go, 8:00.42. And Claire Parsons of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers brings it into the finish. And Claire puts up a time at 9:10.52. Frances Muir, Aqua Jets in lane 3, second on the wall, 9:17.13. And third to touch, Addison Zernecki of Carmel, 9:21.23. Heat 3 in men's 1500 freestyle. Heat 3 of the men's 1500 freestyle now underway. Lane 1 for Carmel, Colin Kamek. 2 for Waukesha Express, Kyle Johnson. 3 for Utica Shelby Swim Club, William Blakely. Lane 5 for Carmel, Lucas Biller. 6 for Barrington Swim Club, Noah Brereton. 7 for Rochester Swim Club, Gavin Potter. And 8 for Ohio State University, Alex Metzler. Alex Metzler, Ohio State University, lane 8. Leading at the 100, 1:00.96. Second out of lane 2, Kyle Johnson of Waukesha Express, 1:03.19. And Lucas Biller of Carmel, third in lane 5, 1:05.29. And we neglected to mention earlier that Lindsey Bowen, Carmel Swim Club, and winning the women's 800 freestyle. She did it in a new meet record time, 8:38.53, eclipsing the record from last year, 8:44.44. So she really dropped it quite a bit. Lindsey Bowen of Carmel. Nice job. And Alex Metzler here, lane 8 at the 300, 3:10.21. Kyle Johnson, Waukesha Express, lane 2, 3:19.21. Biller from Carmel, third in lane 5, 3:22.82. Hey, Jamie. Alex Metzler at the 400, 4:15.43. Kyle Johnson, lane 2, 4:27.17. And Biller turning at the 400, 4:31.39. Third of the way through the race, and Metzler turns at a 5:20.69. Kyle Johnson, 5:35.87. Biller turns at a 5:39.89. .700 turn for Metzger in lane 8, 7:30.04. Johnson turning at a 7:53.57. Now getting around Biller, third position, lane 5, 7:58.06. Alex Metzler, 800, 834.86. Metzler's turn, 9:38.86. Metzler turns 11:47.69. Two lengths left for Alex Metzler, Ohio State University, as he turns in a 14:58.40. Alex Metzler, Ohio State University, kicks it into the wall in lane 8 and finishes off his 1500 freestyle swim in a time of 15:56.80. Kyle Johnson, Waukesha Express, second on the wall, lane 2, 17:02.39. And Lucas Biller, Carmel Swim Club, lane 5, 17:03.91. Heat 4 now in the women's 800 freestyle. This is Heat 4, the women's 800 freestyle underway. Lane 1 for Medina Swim Club, Anya Naimo. Second from Rochester Swim Club, Madeline Gow. 3 from Fast Tigers, Grace Parsons. 4 for Kentucky Aquatics, Megan Drum. 5 for Waukesha Express, Emerson Meyer. 6 for Indiana Swim Club, Catherine Carson. Rounding out this heat, lane 7 for Fast Tigers is Kate Mauser. Megan Drum at the 200, 209.77 ahead of Kate Mauser. Lane 7, 211.46. Catherine Carson, Indiana Swim Club, third in lane 6, 214.03. Megan Drum turning at the 600, 635.07. Ahead of Kate Mauser. Lane 7, 641.54. Catherine Carson, third in lane 6, 640.667. Megan Drum with 2 lengths left, 740.47. Now Kate Mauser with 2 lengths left, 750.52. Catherine Carson turning at the 700, 753.87. And coming down here, Megan Drum trying to get that Olympic trial cut time, and she touches in a time of 8:43.54. Better in the Olympic trial cut time of an 8:45.79. Second to touch, Kate Mauser, 8:58.71. Any swimmer swimming faster than the Olympic trial cut time in an event is eligible to come by and see me and pick up a bag tag, a trials bag tag. So, Megan, make sure you stop by, see me here at the announce position, and we'll get you hooked up. Heat 4 now on the men's 1500 free. So once again, swimmers get in their Olympic trial cut time. We have one of 2 different kinds of commemorative bag tags I'm holding up in the air here. And Megan Drum just getting her Olympic trial cut time in the women's 800 freestyle. And if Megan stops by the lower admin table, you can pick up one of your commemorative bag tags, which are very cool. Highly sought after, and we hope we hand out a lot of them over the course of the weekend. So coming up into the 200-meter turn here in Heat 4, the men's 1500 freestyle. Out front, Tristan DeWitt, Indiana Swim Club. He turns at the 200, 203.22, ahead of Evan Harrison Schroeder, YMCA. Evan turning in a 212.44. Third position in this heat, Jack Warren, Southeastern Swim Club, as he turns 217.43. And our fourth swimmer in this heat, Andrew DuBois, the Carmel Swim Club, and he turned in a 220.11. So that's your lineup here. Heat 4, the men's 1500 freestyle. Tristan DeWitt leading the way here at the 300. Tristan DeWitt. Out front here in lane 4. And with 2 lengths left now, Tristan DeWitt turning at a 14:47.49. And Tristan DeWitt touching in a time of 15:49.85. Evan Harrison, Schroeder YMCA, 16:54.23. Third on the wall, Jack Warren, Southeastern Swim Club, 17:39.17. And in now, Andrew DuBois of Carmel Swim Club, 17:48.70. One more heat left of distance competition this evening. It's going to be Heat 5 in the women's 800 freestyle. Lane 3 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Ayla Madeira. Lane 4 for Aquajet Swim Team, Isabel Andrasik. And lane 5 for Fox Valley is Lauren Zadorsky. Ayla Madeira out first at the 100, 107.79 ahead of Andrasik in 4, 108.40. Zadorsky third in lane 5, 108.77. Andrasik leading at the 200, 220.29. Madeira second in lane 3, 220.68. And Zadorsky Third in lane 5, 2:21.69. Coaches, swimmers, we know that Meet Mobile was not working earlier this evening. It's operating now. The men's event has now been finalized, and those results are reflected in Meet Mobile. And then once we get done with this heat, then it will update and we'll have the results for the women's 800 freestyle this evening. But men's results, the 1500 free, are now posted on Meet Mobile. Isabel Andrasik Aqua Jets here. She's turning at the 400, 446.03 ahead of Madeira in 3, 446.64. And Zadorsky, third in lane 5, 448.20. 500-meter turn. And Isabel gets around at a time of 5:58.83. Ayla turns at a 5:59.27. Lauren at a 6:01.97. And we're going to have a race down here to the finish with 2 lengths left. Anna Madera from fast out front lane 3, 8:24.16 ahead of Isabel Andrasik of Aquajet, 8:24.51. And Lauren Zadorsky of Fox Valley, she's at 8:29.75. Madera still holds the lead at the far end. And right now, with half a length to go, still anybody's race coming down here to the finish. Heat 5 of the women's 800 free, our final distance event of day 1 in the 2023 Indy Spring Cup. Isabel Andrasik, Aquajets in 4. She was edged into the front. Ayla Madera comes back at the finish, and Ayla touching first. And a time at 9:34.06. Isabel Andrasik, lane 4, second in a time at 9:34.20. And Lauren Zadorsky, lane 5, finishes off her swim this evening in a time at 9:42.67. So that concludes our first evening session here at the Indy Spring Cup 2023 version. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning for our preliminary session. Competition starting at 9 o'clock, and final session for each evening hereafter will begin at 6 o'clock. So thank you to our volunteer timers and all of our USA Swimming officials. Great job this evening to get us started off here on day 1. And everybody have a safe evening, and we will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning.